So the second thing is we don't have a strategy. Because we don't know what we want, we don't have a strategy to get there. We don't know what's going to work. So once you choose what you want, next is to build a strategy to get there. Know exactly what it's going to take to get there and what are the many different routes it's going to help you achieve your ultimate goal. Once you've looked at all the different routes, you know your ultimate goal, select the path of least resistance. What is going to get you to that goal as fast as possible, and start working on it. The sooner you start working on it, you know what's going to work and also what's not going to work. And you go through trial and error, talking to folks, building relationships, networking, doing the things in order. And like I say, as an entrepreneur, you want to fail as quickly as possible so you can move on to what's going to work. Okay, so you have to be proactive in this process, and you're going to take calculated risks. Exactly what do I need to do? Start to work on it, get support, get understanding, let people know what's going on. And I would say, probably the biggest thing you need to figure out, one, is what you want, but then you need to tell people what you want. Once you tell people what you want, they will help you get there. Okay, they will help you get there. But until you know what that first step is, the second step of building a strategy is just not going to be helpful. All right. But once you understand your clarity, where you want to go, next is to build a strategy and start to execute that strategy to accomplish your goals. Now, once you've decided what you want and you kind of figured out the path to get there, or maybe you haven't figured out the path. So one way to figure out the path is, where do you want to go, and start working your way backwards to get to where you are today. I want to be a director of supply chain. I want to start my own consulting firm, whichever it might be, and then start working our way backwards. What experiences do most directors or most consultants have, and what are those experiences that they have in their kit, and what experiences do you have? So you start to do what we call a knowledge assessment, an asset inventory of what you actually know, what assets you have. Maybe you have some master's papers or some papers you wrote in college or high school that kind of speak to what you're doing right now. Those are all knowledge assets that we can use to build out your portfolio so people know what you do and your expertise. Maybe you've written some white papers or some point papers at work. Getting permission to publish those so people can see your expertise. Those are all knowledge assets that you want to put out there. Gathering that, what are the experiences I need? What do I have? And how do I start to build those experiences and put them where they need to go? Set up your milestones so you know you're on the right track. How long does it usually take to go from where I am today to where I want to be? And what are the steps along the way? And let's say you want to be a director or a vice president or CEO, and how much experience do most directors have before they're hired as a director? I'm a buyer right now, so I need to be a senior buyer. I need to be a buyer for 3 years, and after 3 years, then I'm going to be a senior buyer. Once I've been a senior buyer for 3 to 5 years, then I should be a manager or a supervisor. Then once I'm a supervisor for 3 to 5 years, then I could look to be a director. If at the 10-year mark, I haven't been in a senior buyer role or a supervisor of any sort, then you're off track, right? So you need to take action to get back on track. That may be talking to your boss saying, hey, what do I need to do? And they say, we don't have an opportunity here. Then maybe you need to go to another company or do something different. These are your goals, what you've decided you're going to do, so you have to build a plan to get there. That's why you have those milestones. Then you have those metrics. How many buyers should you be supervising before you're a director? How many vendors should you manage before you're considered qualified to be a senior buyer? Right? How much experience, how many years, how many different projects, what size projects? Maybe you need to be working on $10 million projects instead of $1 million projects, or $20 million projects. You need to start thinking about those things that are going to help articulate your expertise so you can get to that next level. And when things aren't working, you have to take action. You've got to do something different. If you're going to hope and pray that someone's going to notice you and then give you an opportunity, I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen. People are not going to notice you unless you're doing an outstanding job. And then they're not going to recognize an opportunity for you unless they understand where you want to go. Because many people are very happy where they are, right? They know where they are, they know what they're doing, they're very good at it, they like going to work in the morning and coming home at night, and they're content with that. They really don't have ambitions to go any higher, but you may be different. You may have ambitions to go higher. But if your boss doesn't know that ambition, then they're not going to be able to help position you to achieve those results that you're looking to achieve. Does all this make sense? This is all building that strategy that you need to put in place. Once you have clarity, build a strategy and lay it out for yourself. All the while having two paths. You have a path that continues to build your career, going higher and higher, promotion, promotion, promotion. But what happens when you come to a milestone and you're not getting those promotions? You're not getting those experiences. They don't see you as the leader you see yourself as being. What's next? Going to another company. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to go to that other company? Are you ready to maybe break out on your own, to become a consultant, right? Be on your own, where you can go to do what you want, pick the projects you want to work on. Always be in a mindset of running your career like a business, considering what value you're adding to your customer, who right now is your employer. If you always have that mindset, always adding value and evaluating your salary to the value you're providing and ensuring you're properly compensated for the value, then you'll recognize when things are kind of out of alignment and that you need to take action to do something different. It's all about you and your career, and not being someone who after 20 years of working saying, well, I could have been, or I should have done this. But if you had no plan in the first place, there's only one person to blame, and that's you. And today is the day you start thinking about what actions I need to take to go to that next level. And once you decide on that level, which is the step one, now building that plan, the next step is to be honest with yourself and to avoid multiple personalities.